All right, I wanted to ask Jasper, just give us an idea of, in your own farm now, maybe some of the recommended pesticides today somebody could get.
Yeah, when it comes to pesticides, the truth is that the very good ones now are quite expensive. So what I do in my farm is that I give pesticide according to the pest I'm noticing in my farm. I tell people that if you're dealing with tomato, pepper, garden egg, or any of those ones, you have about 4 major pests that you deal with. You deal with the white fly, you deal with the aphid, you deal with the thrips, and you deal with caterpillars. Okay, so most times their leaves are not so attractive to some of these other chewing insects. Because of course, if you're talking of insects, you talk about piercing and sucking and chewing and boring insects. Okay, so if you are dealing with tomato, pepper, garden egg, or whatever type of pepper and garden egg, these are the ones I focus on because they are the ones that would infect your farm and you will not notice it until the farm start dying. So you go to many people's pepper farm. In fact, I tell people that it's very difficult to see a healthy pepper farm because either the leaf on top has started folding, or the leaves under have started wilting or something. Most of those things are viral diseases caused by these 3 major pests I mentioned: aphids, thrips, and white fly. So if you want to deal with those ones, there are a variety of pests you can use. Pesticides you can use rather. One of the things I've noticed about pesticides also for these 3 especially is that they become quite resistant to them after a period of time. They learn how to they have adapted to those pesticides. So it's just like I tell people that some of the fleet, Rambo and Baygon that is not working in your house is because the mosquito in your house are already used to it. So no matter how you spray it from now to tomorrow, they are just looking at you and smiling. So it's not that they are started producing. Nigerians are quick to say, this is now fake. I say, no, it's not fake. It's the mosquito in your house now. It's now the original mosquito. So you have to use something else. So what I do is I have quite a variety of products I use for it. There's one we call Catch. I don't think it's in the southeast. We have Imifos. We have Halakat. We have Might Force. That is for this piercing and sucking. At least these 4. Then for caterpillar, the most effective I've been using for over the years is Caterpillar Force. I don't know how. That thing has just been quite effective. If you're a tomato farmer, please, you need to get Caterpillar Force. At least spray once in 2 weeks. Because those caterpillars can destroy. The thing about them is that they enter into your tomato and be eating it from inside. Then when you now harvest the tomato, you don't have weight again. You now see one small hole somewhere, and that's where those things. It's also the problem we have with garden eggs. Those of us that plant it or buy in the market, you have to open it and see whether there is what some people call maggots. Those are caterpillars inside. So those are caterpillar for something you must have. If you're planting anything from the Solanaceae family, you must have it in your farm. Okay. Then for the chewing ones, those are the easy ones to manage. So any of your normal pesticides, Cyperphos, Best, Larafos, whatever you're using, works for those ones. But the main ones that are always very troublesome are these 3 that I mentioned earlier. The Caterpillar Force also works for armyworm that affects corn. Okay, so like me now, if I'm planting corn, from 3 weeks, I start spraying Caterpillar Force once a week. I must spray it because that armyworm, you don't even want to have it in your farm because once it comes, it's so difficult to manage. So at least those are the ones I can, off the top of my head, those are the ones I can mention for you that in my farm right now, if you go there, you see them in their plenty cartons. You don't just see something happen in your farm and start spraying. You need to know what's happening. Because if you go and start spraying, like I said, if you start spraying a piercing and sucking pesticide for a chewing problem, you are just wasting your time. And if you spray a chewing pesticide for piercing and sucking, you're also wasting your time. If there's anything that's happening to your farm as a pest problem, you know it's a pest problem because maybe the leaves are folding or it's squeezed or something like that, but you don't see any noticeable maybe chewing of the leaf or holes on your leaf or whatever, please, that is most times it's viral disease that's going on there. But when you have, you know, you come and you see, I know the ones who always notice are the ones that you come and your leaves, they have eaten half of your leaves. You know that, something is eating my farm. That one is mostly chewing going on there. Okay, so you have to handle them. Then there's another one I forgot to mention that caterpillar force will also handle for you. There's the one that you see on your leaf and you see white lines, like map on your leaves. And that one is tuta absoluta. You know, caterpillar force also would handle that one. We call it leaf miner. Caterpillar force will also handle that for you in your farm. So at least I can